all across this country. I meet teachers.
Yeah.
Who are having to work second jobs just to make ends meet.
Yeah.
Or digging into their own pockets to buy school supplies for their classroom because the schools are underfunded. All across America, I meet young people who are ready and willing and able to go to college, but don't have the money.
Yes, sir.
And if they're able to borrow, they end up with $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 worth of debt. They have a mortgage before they even buy a house. I met one young lady in my travels. She was going to college full-time, but she had a sister with cerebral palsy who she had to look after. And so after a full day of school, looking after her sister, doing her homework, she'd go to bed about 10. She'd wake up at 1 o'clock in the morning and work the night shift at Federal Express, taking packages out to the airplanes. She did this every day. 3 hours sleep a night. And she was not telling me this out of self-pity. She was determined to get her degree and make something better out of her life. But she was curious as to why her government did not seem just as determined to help her achieve her dreams. She believed that maybe Washington had forgotten her, did not hear about her struggles. And sadly, she is right. All across this country, I hear veterans talk about their service in Iraq and Afghanistan. And they speak of it with pride, and rightfully so, because they have done everything that has been asked of them. They have performed brilliantly. But, they wonder about their buddies that they left behind, and they question the wisdom of a mission that has cost us so dearly in blood and treasure. And sometimes I meet veterans from Vietnam, homeless, disabled, who wonder how it is that the country could have forgotten their service so quickly. And occasionally, as I'm shaking hands at a rope line, I'll have to hug a mother who is weeping silently over the memories of a fallen son or a fallen daughter. And all across America, I meet young people and old people, patriots, who are proud of their country. They love their country. But they do not understand how it is that our standing in the world could have dropped so precipitously, so rapidly. They are ashamed of Abu Ghraib, and they are ashamed of Guantanamo, and they're ashamed that our civil liberties have been undermined, and they don't understand how it is that we can still be debating whether or not this country tortures or not. They love their country, and they want our ideals and our values restored. That's what I've been hearing all across the country. And what I've said in response is that I am confident about our ability to move this country in a new direction. I am confident about the capacity of the American people to rise up once again and create a new destiny for our country. But I can't do it by myself. I can't do it by myself. And so everywhere I go, I ask people, are you ready for change? Because if you are ready for change, we can go ahead and tell the lobbyists that our days setting the agenda are over. They have not funded my campaign, they will not run my White House, and they will not drown out the voices of the American people when I'm President of the United States of America. If you're ready for change, we can stop talking about the outrage of 47 million people without health insurance and start actually doing something about it. This is personal for me. My mother died of cancer when she was 53 years old, and that was tragic enough. But what made it worse was seeing her on her hospital bed reading insurance forms because she had just gotten a new job and the insurance company was saying maybe there's a pre-existing condition and maybe we don't have to pay for your medical care. So I've seen what it's like to have a loved one suffer not just because they're sick, but because of a broken healthcare system. And it is wrong. And that's why I've said we are going to have a health care plan that is at least as good as the health care I have as a member of Congress for every single American.
All right.
I like that,
All right.
sir. I like that, sir. I like that.
And if you want to keep your existing health care, you can keep it, but we are going to help you lower premiums by $2,500 per family. And if you are self-employed or don't have health insurance or underinsured, you can buy into this plan, and we are not going to exclude anybody for pre-existing conditions. And we are going to negotiate with the drug companies for the cheapest available price on drugs, so our seniors don't have to take half a dose because they can't afford it.
Jesus.
And we're going to emphasize prevention, so our children are not going to the emergency room for treatable illnesses like asthma, so that we have a health care system and not a disease care system, so we can save money and improve quality. And we are not going to wait 20 years from now to do this, or 10 years from now to do this. We will do this by the end of my first term as President of the United States of America. If you are ready for change, then we can start restoring a sense of balance to this economy. Now, I believe in the free market. I believe in capitalism. I believe in entrepreneurship and opportunity. But when you've got a CEO who's making more in 10 minutes than ordinary workers are making an entire year, and the CEO is the one getting the tax break, then something is out of balance. Something has to change. So I've already said we are going to take those tax breaks away from companies that ship jobs overseas. We're going to give those tax breaks to companies that invest right here in Wilmington, right here in the United States of America. We're going to roll back those Bush tax cuts on the wealthiest Americans. We're going to give those tax breaks to hard-working families who deserve them. If you're making less than $75,000, we're going to give you $1,000